Hi dear viewers, welcome to another session of information technology. Today's class we are going to start with HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. Hypertext Markup Language is a language used in internet to display information. As you know that Internet can be accessed through a software called a web browser. There are plenty of web browsers available today. One of the most popular web browser is Google Chrome. There are Firefox, Internet Explorer, etc. All these browsers are used for accessing the internet information, and the language which are used to display the information in web browser is called as HTML. That means the internet web browsers understand only one language. That language is called as HTML. The browser will get the information as HTML, and that will be rendered as user understandable format by the software. The software may be Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, Chromium browser, etc. You can choose any of the browser software. The Hypertext Markup Language is also called as HTML, is the standard markup language for documents designed to be displayed in a web browser. It is actually designed to be displayed in a web browser. It can be accessed by technologies such as cascading style sheet and scripting languages such as JavaScript. So HTML alone can't do all the information processing. The HTML will take the help from cascading style sheet, that is called as CSS, for making stylish information, and scripting languages for programming like JavaScript. So HTML can't do the information processing. It will also take the help of CSS and the JavaScript and many other programming languages like Java and PHP, dynamic programming languages. Files that travels across the largest network in the world and carry information from a server to a client that requested them are called web pages. So web pages are the container of information. Files that travels across the largest network in the world and carry information from a server to a client that requested them are called web pages. That means when you request an information through internet, the request will be going to a computer machine called server. That server will get the information, and that will be sent back to the client where we requesting the information. Once we receive the information, that will be displayed on the screen through Internet Explorer or any web browser. The information which can be displayed in web browser is called as web pages. So web pages can be created using HTML. I hope you understand. What is web page? Web page means files that travels across the largest network in the world, that is internet, and carry information from server to client. And who has requested that information? The information is requested by the client, and which is called as web pages. So web pages is ultimately the information container that will be displayed for the user, and that will be taken from the server. Okay. The individual who develops these web pages are called as web developer. So who is gonna develop web pages? Web pages are developed using HTML by web developers. There are many web developers. They are actually creating beautiful designs, beautiful web pages, and which is commonly called as web applications. So a web applications may contain more than one web pages. Each web page will give you certain information, right? Categories of information. An HTML elements consisting of tags enclosed in a single bracket. So how do we write HTML tag? HTML is a tag language where the information can be written, or the code can be written as HTML markup or tags. It will be started with HTML and there is a bracket, right? There is a that will be enclosed in a single bracket, like less than HTML and greater than. Web browsers receive HTML documents from web server or from local storage and render the documents into multimedia web pages. So what is the purpose of web browsers? Web browsers will receive HTML documents, that is a program code. That code is written in web server. That code is written in web server. The web server will give the HTML document. That HTML document will be converted into multimedia web pages. Who is going to convert that? Web browser is going to convert that. So this HTML documents may be stored in web server or local storage. What do you mean local storage? If you are accessing a local information in your system not connected to internet, that is called as local storage. HTML describes the structure of a web page semantically and originally included cues for the appearance of the document. So what HTML describes? The HTML describes the structure of a web page semantically and originally included cues for the appearance of the document. See, when you are requesting for an information, that information, if you are getting displayed in a proper format, it is very easy for the user or the client to understand, right? If the information is not properly inserted in a web page, it is very difficult for the user to get the information properly, or it is very difficult for the users to find out the information in web page. So HTML will describe the structure of a web page semantically and also originally included cues for the appearance of the document. So the appearance of the document will be based on the HTML structure, HTML tag structure. HTML elements are the building blocks of HTML pages. What are the HTML elements? There are many HTML elements available. For example, if you want to put an image into an HTML page, we can go for an HTML element called as IMG. IMG is a tag used for inserting images in HTML pages, right? With HTML constructs, images and other objects such as interactive forms may be embedded into the rendered page. You can attach images, audios, videos, etc. into a web page. That is possible. The World Wide Web Consortium, former maintainer of the HTML and current maintainer of the CSS standards, has encouraged the use of CSS over explicit presentational HTML since 1997. Who is World Wide Consortium? It's a former maintainer of HTML and CSS. Now it's a maintainer of CSS as well. What is CSS? CSS means cascading style sheet. That means if you want to give a beautiful look and feel for web pages, we can we will get the help of we will get the help of cascading style sheet. Using this program, we can create a beautiful web pages with color combination. Everything can be changed, right? So this has been maintained by the Worldwide Consortium. It is from 1997. The World Wide Web, abbreviated as WWW or W3, commonly known as the web. So what is World Wide Web? It is abbreviated as WWW, or it is called as W3, commonly known as web. With a web browser, one can view web pages that may contain text, images, videos, and other multimedia and navigate between them through hyperlinks. So a web page may contain many multimedia contents, like text may be there, images may be there, videos and other multimedia navigate and other multimedia elements, and you can navigate between through hyperlinks. What do you mean by hyperlinks? Suppose you are in first web page, and you want to navigate to the second web page of that web application. There will be a hyperlink. When you click on hyperlink, like menus, when you click on menus, your current status will be changed, or your current focus will be going to another page, right? So you can move from one page to another page through hyperlinks. That's about HTML. Now we move on to the websites. HTML and websites are similar. Websites are created using HTML basically. A website is also written as a web site. It's a collection of web pages and related contents that is identified by a common domain. There's a common domain name and published on at least one web server. So what is a website? Website is a collection of web pages and related contents that is identified by a common domain name, and it is published on at least one web server. So what is that? It consists of web pages. A website consists of web pages. All these web pages are related to a common domain, or all these web pages are related to a common concept. For example, if you are looking for a things to be things to be purchased on internet, you can go for Amazon, you can go for Flipkart, etc. There are many websites available. For example, if you go for Amazon, this Amazon is exclusively for purchasing the products. Products may be anything. You can purchase watch, you can purchase dress, you can purchase anything available in Amazon websites, right? So Amazon website is purely an e-commerce website, electronic commerce website. You can purchase products, right? So it's a collection. So Amazon consists of collection of web pages. All these pages are related. That means all these pages are related to e-commerce, right? And how these pages are getting displayed on web browser, or how you are going to access a website like Amazon. If you want to go, if you want to search a watch in Amazon website, you have to first go to their website name. What is the website name? Amazon.com. So Amazon.com is a domain. In this domain, you can see there are collection of web pages. Each web pages are related, right? And where it has been published, this is published on at least one web server. You have to save these web pages in a server. That server is called as a web server, so that you can access these web pages through a domain address, through a domain name. It is not mandatory that you have to save only in one server. You can save in more than one server also. You can store the information, you can store the web pages in more than one server also. That's also possible, right? So if you want to know about that, I'll show you one simple example of Amazon, how we are going to access it. Let's say, see, when you want to go to an Amazon website, you can type google.com, and when you type Amazon here, you can see this, right? And you can directly go to amazon.in. Now you can see the domain name here. This is the domain name, right? This is the domain name where all the web pages are, stored. See, there are many websites. This is a home page, home web page, where you can see all the featured products of Amazon. You can purchase anything. It is based on the category, you can see here, right? And if I'm going to I want to go for a fashion or electronics, when you select electronics, another web page will come, right? This is another web page. First you have seen a web page, that is a home web page, and this is another website and another web page, not website, web page. So what is the domain here? Amazon.in, that is a domain, and this is another web page, right? Like this, there are hundreds of pages available in Amazon.in, right? And this all data or images, everything will be stored, everything is stored in one web server, that is in India. Amazon can be stored in multiple web servers. In each country they have the web server attached to it, so that they can easily access the information. For example, if I am staying in India and I'm accessing Amazon, so that it by default it goes to amazon.in. .in means Indian web server, right? So that you will get all the information, all the products available in India. Okay, it doesn't mean that Amazon is always they store their websites information in India only. No, they have many. This Amazon is a very famous web application, and the information or the web pages are stored in all over the world. In each country they have servers. They will store their information in subsequent, or they will store the information in respective countries. Okay, so that is about server. See, notable example are wikipedia.org, google.com, amazon.com, etc. Right? There are many websites. All publicly accessible websites collectively constitute a world wide web. Okay, that's called as www. That is why all the domains are attached to www. Right? If you want to access Amazon, you have to write www.amazon.in if you are in India. Web pages are accessed and transported with hypertext transfer protocol. So how these web pages are transported through internet or accessed through internet? This has been accessed through internet using HTTP protocol, right? See, there you can see it may be HTTP or HTTPS. In the previous example, you can see here. See here, you can see HTTPS, right? This is the protocol used to send this page, right? It's a secured protocol. Nobody can alter this data. Nobody can alter the data, right? So it's because it's a secured web application. Okay, that is called as HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secured. Now, the page of website can usually be accessed from a simple uniform resource locator, that is called as URL, called web address. We have already discussed that. We have already seen that in the web browser title bar. There is www.amazon.in. that is called as URL, and the URL is attached to a protocol as well, that is HTTPS. Yes. The URL of the page organizes them into hierarchy, although hyperlinking between them conveys the reader's perceived site structure and guides the reader's navigation of the site, which generally includes a home page with most of the links to the site's web content and supplementary about, contact and link page. So when you get into home page of a website, you can see all the other web page links as well. When you go back to Amazon.com, you can see this is the home page of Amazon website. There you can see there are many links. This is called as hyperlinks. When you click on this, your focus will be going to another page. For example, if I want to go to new release, if I click on new release menu here, it will be going to a new release page. This is new release page, right? So a home page is typically a page where it contains navigation to all other pages. It contains navigation to all other pages. Okay. Then some websites require a subscription to access some or all of their content. Sometimes some website will give they won't display all the information publicly. They will restrict some of the information, right? If you have a subscription to if you have a subscription in that website, you will get the complete access for the website. Okay. Sometimes if you don't have the subscription, you won't get, right? So there are many media websites. There are many video producing website. Those websites are sometimes some pages will be hidden from the public users. Those who are paid members can only view the pages, right? The paid members can only understand the pages. The paid members can only view the pages. A website may be classified into the following categories based on the function. Websites can be classified into different categories. First is a personal website. Second is a commercial website. Third is a government website, right? Based on the function, we can categorize website into three. What are those? Personal website, commercial website and government website. And also there are non-profit organization websites. These websites can be classified either static or dynamic. Website may be either static or dynamic. What do you mean static website? Static website means it consists of information which cannot be changed. It retains throughout the time, right? But what do you mean dynamic website? Dynamic website means the content of the website will be changed, right? For example, if you see news website, if you see the news website, the content of news website may be changed. It should be changed every day. But there are some website, the content will be as it is. The content won't be changed, right? Those kind of website is called as static, and if the content is changed, then those kind of website is called as dynamic. A static website is one that has web pages stored on the server in that format that is sent to a client web browser. It is primarily coded in hypertext markup language as usual, and cascading style sheet are used to control appearance beyond basic HTML. Images are commonly used to create the desired appearance and part of the main content. Audio or video might also be considered static content if it plays automatically or is generally non-interactive, right? So static web page means it is also a web page created using HTML, and you can give more look and feel or appearance. You can go for CSS. Images can also be stored in a static website, and also videos, audios, etc. But all these are static, cannot be changed, right? Cannot be changed means it won't change. It will be retains throughout this website life. This type of website usually display the same information to all visitors, similar to handing out similar to handing out a printout brochure to a customer or client. A static website will generally provide a consistent standard information for an extended period of time. It is like giving a printed brochure to a customer, right? That brochure consists of information that is actually permanent, right? That is actually permanent. After some time, if you want to change, you can change, but the previous data cannot be visible over there, right? Although the website owner may make updates periodically, it is a manual process to edit the text, photos and other content, and may require basic website design skill and software skill. So they need a software and a website design skill to change or alter the information of a static website. Okay. Then what about dynamic website? Dynamic website is one that changes or customizes itself frequently and automatically. Their content will change frequently and that will be changed automatically. Server-side dynamic pages are generated on the fly by computer code that produces the HTML, CSS, are responsible for appearance, and these are static files, right? So there are dynamic programming languages which is used for creating dynamic HTML content, like PHP, Java, C#, etc. There are a wide range of software systems such as CGI, Java Servlet, Java Server Pages, Active Server Pages, and Cold Fusion that are available to generate dynamic web systems and dynamic sites. So if you consider Java, there are many. Java is a programming language where you can create dynamic web pages as well, right? And there are Microsoft C#, ASP pages, Active Server Pages, and there is PHP open source pre-hypertext processing language for generating the dynamic web pages, right? So likewise, there are many programming languages. Python is also there. Various web application framework and web templates systems are available for general use programming language like Perl, PHP, Python, and Ruby to make it faster and easier to create complex dynamic websites. A site can display the current state of a dialog between users, monitor a changing situation, or provide information in some way personalized to the requirements of the individual user. Based on the requirement of individual user, the website information can be changed. Suppose if I want to see my data and information, the website will be changed and will give a particular user information, my information. For example, if I open my Facebook page, I'll see only my post and the post which is shared by my friends and public, right? And mostly concentrating my profile, not others' profile, right? That is called as dynamic. It is unique to users. It is not static, it's not general. Dynamic sites can be interactive by using HTML forms, storing and reading back browser cookies, or creating series of pages that reflect the previous history of clicks. So here in dynamic websites it is interactive. What do you mean interactive? The pages are interactive. The pages will interact with the users. The user can give the information to the page. The page will get the information and will store on the server. Later on they can take the information from the server and give it back to the user. For example, if I register in Facebook, I have to give my information like phone number, email ID, address, date of birth, etc. Or if I want to register in Gmail, I have to give my name, last name, first name, date of birth, phone number, etc. I have to give, right? All these informations are given through web pages, so that web pages are interactive. That is actually interacting with the user, and this information are stored in web server. If at all we require the information, you can go and take it, right? A dynamic website is generated on the fly by piecing together certain blocks of code, procedure, or routines. That is purely based on programming code, right? By using programming, you can you can organize the information. You can create the HTML pages, dynamic websites. A dynamically generated web page would recall various bits of information from a database, and put them together in a predefined format to present the readers within a coherent page. This is actually the information actually stored, the dynamic web pages information actually stored in databases, right? Database is it's a storage location where we can store the data as bits, and that will be converted into user understandable format by HTML with the help of dynamic programming language. Here in our case, for example, if I am creating a Google account, I have to give my data. For example, first name, last name, date of birth, email ID, etc. All this data, when I enter and click register button, the data will be flowing to database, and the database understand only SQL language. So whatever the information given by the user is converted into SQL language by this dynamic programming such as Java, PHP, Perl, Python, etc. And that will be converted into the data which is accessed or which is accepted by the database, right? And in vice versa also, if you want a certain information from database, database understand only SQL, so the language, the dynamic language will query the data using SQL, standard query language. So you will get the information. That information is converted into user understandable format. That information will be converted into user understandable format, right? And will be displayed as HTML. That's about websites. Then let us move on to blogs. What is blog? Blog is a truncation of weblog. It's a truncation of weblog. It's a discussion or information website published on the World Wide Web, consisting of discrete, often informal diary style text entries, that is called as post. So a blog may consist of information website. It is also called as informational website, or it's a discussion website. It is published on the World Wide Web. Consisting of discrete, often informal diary style text entries, that is called as post. You can enter the posts. Posts are typically displayed in reversed chronological order, so that the most recent post appears first. Most recent post will appear first at the top of the web page, right? So this is like blogging. If you send a data to a web page, or if you want to send your information, like if you are interested in sports and you want to write an article, you can create article and send to blogs. That is possible. You can send through blogs, right? And whatever the data sent recently will come first in the web page or first in the website. Until 2009, blogs were usually the work of single individual, occasionally of a small group, and often covered a single subject or topic. Until 2009, blogs were usually the work of a single individual. It's a work of a single individual user, occasionally a small group. It may be a small group of persons, and often covered a single subject or topic. Maybe a single subject or topic. They will interact. They will share their opinion, so that they can discuss about that topic. In 2010s, multi-author blogs, MABs, are emerged. What do you mean multi-author blogs? Multiple authors may be there. They can send their own topic. The discussion will be there based on the topic. So more than one topic, more than one user, more than one authors, featuring the writing of multiple authors and sometimes professionally edited. The rise of Twitter and other microblogging systems helps integrate MABs and single author blogs into new media. So in 2009, it was for a single individual user or a small group of pupils, and they are sharing a unique subject, and the discussion will be there based on the subject. But nowadays you can see a Twitter. Twitter is one of the most popular microblogging website where you can send your opinion to that website so that many users can take part in that opinion, take part in that subject. They can give their views. They can, the users can agree or disagree. There are many options available in Twitter, right? So it helps integrate MABs, multi-author blogs, and single author blogs into new media. Blog can also be used as a verb, meaning to maintain, add content to a blog, right? And the emergence of growth of blogs in late 1990s coincided with the advent of web publishing tools that facilitate the posting of content by non-technical users who did not have much experience with HTML or computer programming. This actually emergence and growth of blogs in late 1990s coincide with the advent of web publishing tools. What do you mean by web publishing tools? Where the users can use web publishing tools for sending the data or sharing the data. It doesn't mean that he wants to know HTML. No. Without the knowledge of HTML, he can share the data, right? In the 2010s, the majority are interactive Web 2.0 websites, allowing visitors to leave online comments. And it is this interactivity that distinguishes them from other static websites. Static website means once you enter the data, that will be always there, and they cannot edit it, and nobody can participate in the discussion. But here in 2010s, Web 2.0 websites are allowed. That means the user can send the data frequently. Once if the user is online, the others can also interact with him. For example, WhatsApp is a kind of blog where you can send the data and you can discuss about a particular topic, right? In that sense, blogging can be seen as a form of social networking service. So, social networking service is blog is a social network. Blog is a social networking service. You can see many blogs provide commentary on a particular subject or topic, ranging from philosophy, religion, arts to science, political, sports. Anything can be done. Others functions are more personal, online diaries or online brand advertising of a particular individual or company. Others function as more personal, online diaries or online brand advertising of particular individual or company, right? A typical blog contains text, digital images, and links to other blogs, web pages, and other media related to topic. You can attach text, you can attach videos, text, any content you can attach to a blog, right? That is possible. The ability of readers to leave public viewable comments and interact with other commenters is an important contribution to the popularity of many blogs. What is the important feature of a blog? The important feature of a blog is once a person enter their view for a particular topic, the others can view the comments. They can reply back, right? They can like or they can dislike, they can share, they can give their opinion, etc. Ability of readers to leave publicly viewable comments. Publicly viewable comments means everybody can view the comments and interact with other commenters. If one person has posted a picture, the other person can comment on the picture, and the other person they can view the comments posted by a person. They can agree or disagree. So the interaction will be very easy, right? Ability of readers to leave publicly viewable comments and interact with other comments is an important contribution to the popularity of many blogs. However, blog owners or authors often moderate and filter online comments to remove hate speech or other offensive content. The comments can be deleted by the users. Comments can be deleted by the commenters, right? Or authors or blog owners. Most blogs are primarily textual, although some focus on art blogs, photographs, photo blogs, video blogs, music blogs, audio blogs, etc. Right? There are different blogs available. In education, blogs can be used as instructional resources. These are referred to as edu blogs. Edu blogs can be used for it can be used as an instructional resource. Microblogging is another type of blogging featuring very short posts. On February 16, 2011, there were over 156 million public blogs in existence. On February 20, 2014, there were around 172 million Tumblr and 75.8 million WordPress blogs in existence of worldwide. Right? You can see the numbers. It's huge. Okay, that's it about today's class. If you have any queries, send me through comments. Thank you.